he uses "How are you feeling?" as like a "Hey, what's
greeting.
up?" He would literally be like, "How are you feeling?" I would tell him how I was feeling, and then he'd be like, "I'm at work. I can't answer that."
Oh yeah, I can't answer all this.
I was like, "You just asked me how I was feeling. You didn't want the answer."
Dear Shandy.
Welcome back to Dear Shandy listeners. Hello, Andy.
Hello.
And we have guests today. It's a
Very
love fest.
special.
Yes.
Hotly
Requested. Yes. And it's our third ever in-person love fest, meaning we set up the living room.
It's set up.
Yeah.
Studio C.
Studio C. And we're so excited about this particular couple because we got to sort of kind of watch them get together. Sort of.
I
from a
think we
distance.
discovered them.
Yes, we get credit basically.
definitely.
We are joined today by one of the lovely couples that ended up together and all like over a year later still together from Bachelor in Paradise Canada season 2, of which I was host. And so so we really did watch these two first meet and all the things.
Yes.
So I first will just introduce them. The lady in question is from Bachelor season 25 and BIP season 7, the American one. And she, what is your Instagram handle? I'm sorry, I normally write them down and I forgot.
It's just at Chelsea Vaughn.
At Chelsea Vaughn. You got it. You got there first.
Yeah. No, I actually had to fight for it.
Really?
Yeah.
What happened?
There was somebody that had the username and they had been like inactive since 2007 or whatever.
Okay.
And I had been messaging them like, "Hey, can I have this handle? Hey." And I looked back at my messages and I saw that like I had messaged them in like 2012, 2015, 2017.
Oh.
And then my manager was like, "I can get that for you, right?" And I was like, "I did not know that."
Damn.
And the next day I had it.
You didn't have to pay?
No.
How does that happen?
Nice.
I think if someone's inactive, they can get them taken off.
And
That's
I love that
amazing.
story.
That's
Okay.
clutch.
Not Chelsea Vaughn 1 or Chelsea
Yeah.
Vaughn 35.
Underscore?
Just-
Unfortunately, I am still Chelsea Vaughn
Underscore.
__ on TikTok. So if anyone can
You
help
gotta
me get
message
out.
somebody else. You gotta message somebody else.
That's next. So Miss Chelsea Vaughn, thank you. And her lovely boyfriend, he is from Bachelorette season 17, which, I mean, I'm going to be honest. When I saw you, I thought you were going to last longer on that season.
Yeah, me
Yeah.
too. Low key. I feel like I don't know. They played favorites like right off the bat. And I was like, damn, I swear I have more to offer than just this pretty face.
Aw.
But also I feel like I don't know, they just kind of cut and dried like within the couple hours. So it is what it is.
Yeah. It's kind of weird to think that that would be your only Bachelor experience before this, because to me,
Yeah.
night one in no way represents that, that experience.
Yeah, I mean, it all worked out for the best.
Definitely.
I'm not
100%.
mad that he didn't make it.
It was a
farther.
stepping stone, you know?
Definitely.
I would say that getting cut night 1, if you have personality, is better than making it like 3 episodes in.
You think so?
Yeah, I do. I think it gives more impact. But it's really like, what the hell? What happened to that guy?
Nobody cared until I grew this mustache. I think it's the
That was
problem.
it.
Because I went on that season, I had no mustache and like, oh, he's cute or whatever. But then I grew the mustache.
That was
night,
it?
Night and day.
Really?
Night and day.
Wow.
Let me see.
It does make you look older.
You know?
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Distinguished.
That does work.
Upper
actually.
lip hair. The problem was I couldn't grow it, so it only grew on the sides, and that doesn't look good.
So did you just fill it in? You just drew it in?
You know what's crazy? I did have a phase where you could actually get these pens and just like fill in what didn't.
Yeah, like
Wow.
eyebrows.
Like eyebrows.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it was for
Jinx.
like men's mustaches. So it's
Hey,
like,
hair's hair.
Yeah,
See
definitely.
what The Bachelor taught you?
yeah.
For socials, Austin, where can people find you?
Austin Tinsley. So I pretty much combine my first and last name. So my first name Austin and then SLEY.
I love the last name Tinsley.
Oh, it rolls off the tongue. Apparently it's Irish.
Really?
Yeah, I didn't know that. My dad's not Irish, but it's an Irish last name.
Okay.
I don't know.
Tinsley.
Apparently, Joint is also Irish.
Really?
By the way, yeah. Derived from Joyce. Apparently, it became a nickname, and yeah.
wild.
I also don't know much about it. Oh, and Austin, I have a fun fact from your original Bachelorette bio. Austin doesn't currently have any tattoos, but he definitely wants to get
Oh,
a
the
few.
way that they like, okay, like, because it's like when they do the interviews, it's like they ask, like, I don't know what the question was, but it's like, is there something that you like want right now but don't have? I was like, oh yeah, some tattoos. And they just made that my whole like persona and personality. I'm like, bro, that's not like, that's maybe like an inkling. It's like somebody asking like, would you want to go skydiving?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would. And then they just make that the whole personality. It's like, oh, I'm a skydiver, a
it's
future skydiver.
one of the 3 things to know about
Oh
you.
my God.
That's exactly what they did for me. They asked me like, "Oh, would you ever want to like swim with stingrays?" And I was like, "Yeah."
Yeah.
And then they made
That's your
they made
personality.
one of the 3 things.
Yeah.
Chelsea would love to swim with stingrays one day. I was like, "Why did they
That's
say
it.
that?"
That
What are these
defines you.
aspirations, bro? Yeah.
That's so funny.
Wait, so do you still have no tattoos?
Yeah, I got nothing.
Okay.
I always
Wow.
every time I'm
Bravo.
I gotta get one. Juan's tattoo artist. He has the most insane tattoos on the show, and he got like a really good price from him. So, but I need to go to Colombia for that. So that's the problem.
And when you say Juan, you mean Juan Pablo
Juan
from
Pablo from our
Paradise
season.
Canada season
Nicest
2.
guy ever, man.
Not your one.
You have to
Oh.
specify.
Right, that's
yeah,
right. There was
yeah.
another Juan Pablo.
Yeah.
Different
there,
one.
There was a Juan Pablo in Paradise Canada
Juan
too.
Pablo the second.
Chelsea, do you have any tattoos?
No, we're both tattooless.
Oh my God.
This is
This is a
unprecedented.
one-time?
This has
Oh,
never,
wow.
this never happened
Free
before.
Wow.
Yes.
Are you guys anti-tattoo?
No, we're not anti-tattoo, but we respect no tattoos.
Yeah,
Is
we're
that- is that
anti. We're
so?
anti-regrets.
Yeah,
No
yeah.
regrets.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so today love fests are about just loving on each other. Honestly, they sound kind of cheesy, but I swear they have more edge than that.
Right.
Because I think a relationship there's love, but there's also some grit there.
Hell yeah.
So today we just ask you to be honest and
Vulnerable.
specific. We love specificity.
Yep.
What did you say?
Vulnerable.
And vulnerable.
Thanks, babe. Thanks for the plug.
Oh,
Quick
because
shout out.
I forgot to mention, thank you, Chelsea. In case anyone missed,
No.
we were guests already on Chelsea's podcast, Vaughnerable.
Yes, we were.
And that was, I think, our first ever in-person podcast appearance.
It was.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yes.
You made history. You didn't even know it.
Yeah.
An exclusive.
And you were really great. What
You
a
were
natural
great.
host.
Oh, yeah.
Seriously.
we were
that.
talking about it the whole time.
Yeah.
After.
Yeah. We
No,
talked
I
about it.
appreciated that. I was like, oh my gosh, seasoned podcast host. They're
Yeah.
complimenting me.
You
Wow.
have a good flow.
No, you
you know how to
do.
keep the conversation going. Like,
Thank
like
you.
even on ours, like I feel like I'd go on a rant and then you'd like kind of bring it back to
Reel it in,
oh.
babe.
Yeah, it's kind of a song and dance because you don't want to stop at the tangents short.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You want to see where it takes you, but then it's like, okay.
Yeah, all right, that's enough. You said what you
No, but
needed
ours
to
was so
say.
fun. That was the first time I had 3 people in the studio with you guys.
Yeah, that's right.
And we kind of just like let it flow where it flowed. Like we had, little tangents about the hot Cheetos and whatever
Yeah.
else. And it was
Y'all
fun.
didn't know, so you didn't know. You knew of them and never had them, or
Okay,
you just
we
never
need to
knew?
explain the hot Cheeto situation.
Okay.
Okay.
She's trying to defend herself.
Yeah, I do. I'm circling back months later.
yeah.
Chelsea posted a reel. This was the equivalent of the Stingrays thing, by the way, okay? For that to be the moment taken. So the Cheetos, in Canada, we call them cheesies, and they're the puffs.
Oh.
But we just call them cheesies.
Right.
Okay.
And so the Cheetos, you guys are talking about the crunchy ones.
Yes.
Okay, I just have to specify that. There's a cultural difference.
Okay.
Speaking of cultural differences, I wanted to ask if you two noticed any kind of cultural difference being in Canada for a month, falling in love.
Outside of like just, I guess, vernacular and just the way they talk, it wasn't like much of like a difference. I
Besides,
would
like
notice.
in the morning, they would come tell us what the weather was going to be for the day
Oh yeah.
in Celsius. And I was the only American girl there for a while. And I was like, I don't know what to wear.
Yeah, what does that mean?
I don't know what that means. It's going to be 22 today?
It's
Okay.
always cold. Like
Yeah,
you guys don't go above like 50 here. Like I don't understand.
Yeah.
It was always cold.
What else?
It
The
was.
food. I don't know why. The food just agreed with me and my body better.
Yeah. It was good. I was happy with the food.
Yeah, well,
I don't-
it was
pretty good.
healthy.
This is like a little bit TMI, but I just like every day like clockwork at the same time.
Oh, I love that.
In America, that does not happen to me. So I don't know what's going on with the food here, what the difference
Probably
is.
less
Is that
processed.
maybe stress?
No. I literally think it was because one, we had to eat the meals at the same time every day.
Oh, that's right.
That's, and then like, I think there's a lot of ingredients in Canada that are banned and they're not banned here.
Oh, really?
Same with like Europe. Yeah.
Oh no.
And with like beauty products, they can't use a lot of stuff.
Oh.
We know what Andy's Googling after this.
Yeah,
Something
no.
doesn't add up.
Unfortunately, America, yeah, we use a lot of horrible things.
So you should eat at the exact same time 6 times a day every day, and you'll be totally
You'll
regular.
be fine. It's like going to bed at the same time and waking up at the same
The
time.
consistency
Easy,
works. Yeah.
Okay, so we all know that you guys met on Bachelor in Paradise Canada season 2, and this episode is meant to be a companion piece to the 2 episodes you did with Austin on your podcast, Vaughnerable, because I don't ever like to like repeat stuff. So if anyone feels that anything was missing from this episode, be sure to check that out because I'd like them to sort of fit together like puzzle pieces.
Yeah, amazing.
So I'd
Solid.
love to know, because Austin, you revealed on that episode of Vaughnerable that you had never seen the show, including your own season. You only watched your own scenes. And
Yeah,
then
I
moved on.
think, yeah. Or just like TV in general, I wasn't really much of like I'm not like a TV guy.
Yeah.
So like being on the show, obviously I'm gonna watch whatever that was, because I want to see how it turned out. But yeah, after that, I'm good.
So you never saw Matt James's season. You never saw anything of Chelsea before you saw her on the beach in Canada.
The only season or the only episode, I wouldn't even call it like a full episode, was the finale of Matt's season, because right after that they were announcing the Bachelorette.
Okay.
So we didn't know, who was gonna be until after that show.
Yeah.
And so yeah, that was probably like, it was like when he was trying to figure out, I think who was obviously Rachel. I think who was top 2
Michelle
or 3?
and
Michelle.
Brie.
So I think I saw those 3
Wait, you said you saw a clip from Women Tell All. That's the only thing you saw of me.
on YouTube.
Oh.
And I think that was after our season, because I haven't seen you on TV before. And as you were sitting like you are now, and you were getting really, really mad with my
Is that your
former
mad sit?
Bachelorette. No, she got to cross her, if she crossed her things and tilts and looks like that, then it's game over.
Okay. Yeah, I was a little spicy on Women Tell All, but that's the only clip he saw. He's like, wow, these 2 girls are going at it. And that was his Bachelorette. So.
Yeah.
So was there any piecing together there? You see her in Paradise Canada. I want to know if that impression played any role in how you saw her. And then also, I don't want to say too much first impressions because you even talked about that on your podcast. So I want to know if that tied in, and then also how your impressions have changed now that you've been together for over a year.
Yeah, well, to, I guess, find somebody, to like define somebody with such a small clip is pretty much impossible. Yeah. I think that'd be super shallow. Be like, oh, this is her whole personality or whatever. So like, yeah, there's no way. So to compare what I knew about her in person versus the snippet is just kind of like, okay, like they obviously snipped it a little bit for reality TV. That's not obviously who she is as a person. So it was pretty much easy to disparage the two.
Okay.
Yeah, but I asked you that too, because on the beach I asked him this because I was not worried about like how my image was, but I was just worried that he already had like preconceived ideas about who I was, or like looked at my followers and was like, oh, she has a lot of followers. Like maybe I want to get like latch onto this girl. And
Which is a thing, by the way.
I know. That's why I
pretend it's not.
Is that a real thing now?
Yeah.
I can see
on
that on like
Paradise?
the US version too, for sure. Like,
Because like I was like a little bit nervous about that, because I was like, okay, what if he like watched and like looked to see who was going to be there, and then was like, oh, this girl looks like a good one to pick.
A good investment.
yeah. Quick little ROI.
Yeah. So I had asked you about that, but he was like, no, he'd seen my like Instagram once, but I'd seen your Instagram. And that was about it.
Yeah, and you can't define anybody on any social
Wait, you had
media.
seen each other's Instagram before going on to
Yeah.
film?
So there
Yeah.
was a little birdie that told us who some people might be like coming on the beach.
Really?
Yeah.
There was a birdie?
I don't know who it was. though.
Excuse me?
What?
A
That
person
doesn't
of a
happen.
person told me.
Yeah. There was a little birdie that called us when we were like in the hotel, like waiting before to go on the beach, and told us like, oh, so-and-so's gonna be there, so-and-so's gonna be there. So this person told me that Austin was gonna be there, and who else? That like Courtney was gonna be there, and somebody else. And they were like, yeah, I don't think you're gonna get along with Austin. Like he's a little younger than you, and like I don't think that's what you want, or something like that. And then like here we are.
They're like, no.
Bro, it's like nothing to like define me off of. feel
I
like.
don't
It's
know
like-
this person very well. They don't know me very well either, so they wouldn't have known if I got along with Austin.
Isn't it funny when someone who doesn't know you very well has the gumption
Yeah.
to tell you what
got
you
the-
would?
Well, they did know her. They knew she liked stingrays.
Yeah, that's pretty much all there is. though.
So you meet on the beach. First impressions using adjectives of each other,
Okay.
and then also how those have changed.
I like immediately envisioned like walking up past Sharleen through the little grass to the bar and seeing you at the bar with Lisa in your pink shirt.
Salmon.
I remember that pink shirt to salmon. It was salmon. That's
Okay.
right.
I gave them
Salmon
options.
shirt.
They said that was the best one. I have yet to wear that shirt again. by
I
the
was
way.
scoping you out from the deck. I had my little terrace there, and I was watching. I was like,
Bird's eye
that
view.
guy knows how to wear a shirt.
That would have been a
It's all in the
good.
posture in the
Yeah.
vlog. That's all you got to do.
That terrace would have been a good place to spy on the first day. You probably saw.
Oh, it was amazing. I was just standing there
man.
watching the whole thing.
We had a good view a lot of the time.
Yeah.
I'm
I
not
had
gonna
like
lie.
a cappuccino. I was like,
This is amazing.
Okay, I'm thinking adjectives.
It's hard, right?
You want me to go
Yeah,
first?
yeah. If you have them.
I would say, wait, that's probably, never mind. It's not adjective. I'm going to reverse back to you, by the way.
we can do verbs if you want to just do all
I was
verbs.
going
we
to
can
say
do that.
levels, but I feel like that's not, it's more like a,
Banging?
What is
What is the thing you're thinking about?
no, levels.
Levels.
I guess depth would be another one. She has a lot of depth.
This is like when I walked up. You just thought.
Oh no, it can be when you first
Yeah, it's
spoke. Just
true.
anything.
Oh,
You're
okay.
first.
I
You're
was
getting
going
to.
off of like
Our first conversation.
non-verbals plus Yeah, like first couple of sentences. Because we got deep pretty fast, and we touched on this in your podcast, but we just hit it off pretty fast.
would
they
say
only showed like the funny parts.
I was intrigued
No.
and surprised.
But why?
Because she thought my type was what? Go ahead.
White girls.
Oh, so that was a total prejudgment. You were just like, that guy
Absolutely.
likes
it's
white
like, what
girls.
do
Yes.
you mean?
I looked him up and down and I judged a book fully by its cover.
Wait, I have to know why, because you said this
You're
on your.
like, she likes stingray. Right?
Big stingray girl.
Okay, I'll tell you. This is like a total, complete, absolute, full judging people. Straight up. I'm just being judgy right now. But like, in the Black community, I would say as a Black woman, there are a lot of guys that look like Austin that don't like Black women. And it's just like known. Like mixed guys, light skins, like just usually go for white girls and don't go for Black girls. I know,
Is
shocking.
is that like?
So you're like an inverted double reverse racist.
I think that's accurate.
Yeah. But like, I just saw him tall, hot, light skinned, like ripped. I was like, he only dates white. He's from Orange County. Like, I was just like, it's
That
like,
is
oh, wait,
true.
Wait,
He is from
interesting.
Orange
So
County.
had he
Yeah.
not been from Orange County with everything looking the same,
Maybe from like Inglewood or Detroit.
Yeah.
well, I didn't know where he was from yet. Actually, maybe I did from your Instagram. Like, maybe it was subconscious. I knew where you were from California.
There's no shot I put in my bio.
No,
Maybe
I had seen your like cast photo and stuff.
another day at the beach, bro. Just-
Like the Bachelor bios or whatever. I saw that of you.
Okay, yeah, that Bachelor bio was just.
So I knew you were
nothing
from
like
California.
me.
I knew you were younger, and I saw what you looked like, and I was like, no.
So you went. But you liked him physically.
I was like cautiously excited.
You could
about,
be cautious, but you liked him. Just first impression, physically, you liked him. He's your
Yes,
type.
yeah, yeah.
it sounds like
Okay.
you were in this defensive place because you felt like he wouldn't possibly be into you.
Yes.
Got it. So you went in cold. You were like,
Yes.
when you interacted with him, it was like you were like.
There's no shot. Yeah, literally. Thank you. Bro.
I didn't like my brain didn't even
Subconsciously-
want to be like, oh, he's hot, I'm into him, because I was like, I know for a fact he's not gonna be into me. Like I was like, he's gonna go for a Lisa.
Oh my god.
Oh,
I'm just saying.
this is wrong. Justice for Austin.
Thank you.
He proved me wrong,
the
you guys.
hashtag.
I was pleasantly surprised. I was shocked.
You're not the first person to like judge something. Like
Other people think that.
everybody that has like some type of like notion about me is just 180 degrees. Like it's way off. Like
You know
you're
what?
way off.
I also felt. I was just talking to Sharleen
We were
about that. When I
talking about
saw
this.
you, I thought you were a dick.
He looks like a
Why?
fuckboy.
No, Connor thought I was like a fuckboy. I'm like,
He
bro,
looks like a
what do you-
fuckboy.
Yeah.
I made judgments about everybody. I was
Yeah, as
judging
you
the
should.
whole cast like
Especially on
hard.
reality
There with your
TV.
And I was-
cappuccino.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
like, that Austin, he's a dick.
Yeah.
Nerd, bro.
And so did I. I literally was like, he's too hot and tall.
You
and
seem too confident. You're just like, fuck. You're like, I don't need to talk
To be
you.
a nice guy.
I just got here, and what I mean by that is I just got like attractive. Like if y'all see me maybe 4 years ago,
Wait. Oh, so you admit you're attractive?
at a certain point, somebody gets some glow.
No,
you hit
no,
the
you
gym,
got it, you
you start
got it.
Let
taking
him
care
have
of
it, let him
yourself,
have
you
it.
know.
But that's what it is with hot guys. If you were always hot, you're a dick. By the time
Yeah.
you're 27,
Yeah.
Yeah.
if you became hot later in life, you went through like personality building and
Yeah.
like
This is
getting
true.
bullied.
No,
and
you're
like
right.
and then you're hot
1000%.
later and you're still nice.
Absolutely.
So I actually think this is completely true. Like it might sound like a silly thing people say because
It's
I've
true.
also felt this way, but it's 100% true because things
100%.
will just fall in your lap in a way that they don't if you're not conventionally attractive.
Yeah. Like he said, it got deep quickly.
Yeah.
I didn't expect him to necessarily like have all the depth that he did. I didn't expect us to connect really quickly. I just didn't expect any of it. It was just like the whole entire, I feel like, time of filming, I just kept being caught off guard in the best way.
Okay. Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, Austin, your turn.
I would kind of say it's similar, like depth. I kind of is that an adjective? Is that not an adjective?
It's deep. Just say that she's deep.
Deep. Yeah.
deep.
Just
She
change it
was
to deep.
I would say, yeah. No, I would
Deep.
say, yeah. You got a deep voice, bro.
Thank you.
I can't like, you know how like some guys can like just turn it on.
Yeah. I've been trying to work on my Morgan Freeman.
Oh, you got that down.
Thank you.
But yeah, I'd say deep. I mean, like I said, we hit it off pretty fast.
It just wasn't surface level chat.
Yeah, I don't know. For me, I'm super like present based, and that's something I've been working on just as a person myself. So it's like I don't really think of like before what might happen and then after what could have been type of thing. It's just kind of like what I felt in the moment. I will probably say.
I really don't remember what we talked about. We kind of just got got lost in the conversation.
Isn't that the best?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love it when that happens and time just goes by.
Yeah.
And you're like, I don't even know what just happened.
It's also even better when you prejudge someone and you think they suck, and then you're
it's
like,
even
whoa,
like-
they not only suck, they're exactly what I want.
Yeah.
I felt that way with you.
You mean they not only don't suck?
Did I say that they suck? They suck and they're exactly what I want. I want someone who sucks. Yeah, I do that all the time. Thicker, fuller, healthier hair. Every day is a Nutrafol day.
Good jingle, Andy. Every day is a Nutrafol day in this household, that's for sure.
And you know what? I look forward to the Nutrafol part of my day.
You do?
When I take those pills, I say something is happening.
You feel like what did you call it? The Mr. Potato Head?
Oh, yeah.
The hair is just coming out. But seriously, you recently got a haircut shorter than you are used to. And I remember a time, pre-Nutrafol days, where you would have not been cool with it.
Yeah, I'd see thin spots.
Yeah,
And I'd be sad.
You would be sad. But Nutrafol helps target the 6 root causes of hair thinning, which are, Andy.
Stress, hormones, environment, nutrition, metabolism, and lifestyle.
Yes, very good. You've memorized this. Nutrafol is the #1 dermatologist recommended hair growth supplement, clinically shown to improve hair thickness and strength.
I
love
like
that.
strength.
Right?
You got to have strength. What's good about thickness if you don't have strength?
Right. You need to have those hairs really hooked in there.
Yeah, it's not about the thickness. It's about the strength.
And Nutrafol understands that hair thinning affects 1 in 2 women. That's a lot.
That's 50%.
Yeah, everyone always associates hair thinning with men, but really women experience this as well. And they have 4 different formulas for women at various life stages.
I love that it's not one size fits all. This is not a one size fits all problem.
No.
So take the first step to visibly thicker, healthier hair.
For a limited time, Nutrafol is offering our listeners, the Shandies, $10 off your first month's subscription, plus free shipping when you go to Nutrafol.com and enter promo code Shandy.
Find out why over 4,000 healthcare professionals recommend Nutrafol for healthier hair.
That's Nutrafol.com, spelled Nutrafol.com, promo code Shandy, Nutrafol.com, promo code Shandy. So Andy, we were recently in Ottawa staying at my parents' house, and living in the bathroom with the shower that we use was a rickety old razor. It was just what was on hand. And it was just not pleasant to use. And you know what I really, 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 really wished I had?
Dun, 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 dun.
What a good reveal for our Athena Club razor, Andy. My goodness.
It deserves it.
Look how nice that is.
Can you picture this floating in space? Like this is the future of mankind?
It is the future of razors. Let me see that here. Because not only is the razor itself super affordable but still has like a weight to it. It has, you know what it feels like? It feels quality.
Yeah.
But on top of that, you get not only 1 serum infused blade, but another one in the package. And possibly my favorite part of all is the magnetic hook that lives on your shower wall. And then when it's time, when you're done using it, you just go bloop. And then it just sits there drying, air drying. So it's not sitting in its own goop.
You know what that is? That's the Cadillac of razors.
Did you know that this thing has thousands of 5-star reviews?
Of course it does.
Do you know how
Why
hard it
wouldn't you do
is
that?
to please everyone with something that they have already been using and like have known their whole lives? To reinvent something so simple, but to make it better? It's reinventing the wheel.
And the best part is you get all of this for $10.
I know, I can't say that without sounding like an infomercial, but it really is such a good deal. You know how much money I've spent on razors that were 1/5 as good as this? Honestly, I look forward to using this thing.
I look forward to just touching it. So show your skin you care with the Athena Club Razor Kit.
Head to athenaclub.com and use code DearShandy for 25% off your order.
Again, that's athenaclub.com and use code DearShandy for 25% off.
Athena Club has also launched in Target stores nationwide, so be sure to check out the shaving aisle to buy their products in real life in store.
But when I met you, similar thing. Like when I first saw Sharleen, to be perfectly honest, I judged her. I thought she was like a club girl. Like I was just like, I don't want. And nothing against club girls. There's some good ones. I have to be careful. I can't generalize anything anymore. I get shit. But I thought that. And the second she opened her mouth, I was like, I'm marrying that girl. The second the words came out, I was like, I was completely wrong.
And for what it's worth, in this sort of weird parallel, when I found out Andy was Jewish, I was
She's
really
like horrified. She's like, a Jew. A dirty Jew.
Yeah.
I was kind of paranoid because like I'd heard lots of things and had been told that not all Jewish guys, but like I had heard this enough times and had seen it enough times that like a Jewish guy might date a non-Jewish girl, but not marry her. And that's actually not uncommon. And so there was like a little trepidation in the early stages. We've never actually revealed that.
No, we have not.
Yeah,
I didn't even know that. That's very offensive.
I mean, are these not uncomfortable truths?
I didn't even know that was a thing until you told me. I was like, is that true? I was like, then maybe it is.
When I started dating you, I was excitedly telling a friend about you, and he was like, well, I don't know, you should really be careful because the odds of him marrying you are slim. Like, he's probably gonna date you for a while.
And I married her just to prove him wrong.
Yeah.
Immediately.
Just to prove a point.
Yeah. Okay, so next I want to know how you guys feel you complement each other. It's been 13 plus months since you waltzed off into the sunset together and then proceeded to have to be in hiding
Yeah.
for 13 months.
Yeah.
That's unique.
Yeah.
I'm sure that was
Unique's
fun.
a word for it.
That's the best word I think you can describe this.
I feel like that is a really, effective way of finding out whether or not you work.
Yeah. I think that coupled with the long distance,
Yeah.
it was really like we had every test thrown at us. And I was saying this too, like people that come off of a show, it's like you're already in this little bubble where everything's perfect and then you have to face everything in the real world afterwards. So it's just like you have to deal with all these things and then the distance and the secrecy on top of it, which is really hard. But I think that's when I realized how committed we both were, because it was like, it was hard and we had to like put in the work to communicate like every day with the time difference and like see each other once a month, fly across the country. Like we were both very much in it. So it was kind of like, well, if we're both this committed, I think we can make anything work.
Yeah.
It's so 13 months, correct me if I'm wrong. You would know this. This has got to be a record for the whole franchise. Like that's probably the
think so.
longest in
Longest
the
time in
North
hiding.
American franchise that
Yeah.
anyone's had to be secret about the relationship. So how did you ever have like doubts where you're like, is this real? Like, is this happening? Like you could never be seen in public anywhere, right?
Yeah.
Like, did you ever go out anywhere in public?
Yeah,
Yeah.
because it's like, okay, she's known, but I obviously wasn't. I got like my 15 seconds or whatever. So it's like when people came up, they'd be like, Chelsea. I was just in the shadow. So as long as she
Did
got
you like shave your mustache to go
real fast,
incognito or
like-
something? You just shave the ends off?
But it was nice because it's like, as long as you didn't have like, I guess, if you don't have any type of like pride or ego, like it's not like, oh, why aren't they looking up to me? You didn't see my 10 seconds. You're not gonna, you know what I mean? It's like, no, it's like, oh, dope. She's amazing. She's killing it.
No, it worked
cool.
out because of his anonymity, because when they would come up to me, he would literally just like drift into the background. Like,
Or
he
I'd take the
wasn't with
picture.
me.
That's hilarious.
And they would be like, hey, can we get a picture? Like, hey, whatever. And if they saw that it was with someone, they would just assume it was a friend
A
or like
rando.
a random guy I went on a date with.
Well, you also had the benefit of being in America. I mean,
Yeah.
if you were
That
in
is true.
Canada, you'd be fucked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It does feel like if you had gone on the American version of the
Way
show,
harder.
that 13 months, first of all, it wouldn't have been 13
They
months.
couldn't have done that.
Yeah.
No.
But it also would have played out very differently. It feels like people stalk it less. Maybe, I'm sure there's a Reddit thread.
There were.
Yeah, but it's not as like popping as like the US, I would say.
No, there
You know?
were like some diehards that, you
Yeah,
know, they figured it
they
out.
figured it out.
Literally 2 days after filming when we were in Florida at my friend's wedding, they had already caught us.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
With the
I
quickness.
mean,
they
but-
figured out I was wearing the same watch. It's like it's just a black
Yeah.
watch. Like you guys are.
That's what this is.
Inspector
As
Gadget.
That was
opposed to
the-
the 6'8" guy.
Well, no, it's like the picture.
No,
would
we
just
only
be, like,
posted
my
our hands. We only posted our hands.
Oh, I got you.
And they
I got
caught
you.
us.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know, that's actually impressive. Like, good for them.
Yeah.
It's like
she
if you go that
confessed.
deep,
She
yeah.
confessed in my DMs last week. She DM'd me and said I was the league.
The person.
Wow.
Wow.
It's in the screen recording.
She was the league.
She was the league.
She's deep throat.
I respect that she owned it.
She's been following me for years. I was like, you didn't have to do that, girl. Thanks for confessing. I guess.
Yeah. Okay. Very interesting.
Yeah, I'm sure she did it because it was the right thing to do. That's what she was thinking about.
Maybe.
Yeah.
No, but
Yes.
we weren't like hiding in our apartment because it's a Canadian show. We were still going
Yeah,
out.
we're chilling.
If people came up to us, we would like try to avoid like being
Yeah.
near each other, but we were still going outside.
No,
Yeah.
no, like wigs or.
No.
nothing like- I would
Okay.
wear. I've only been like questioned once, and it's by we went to Greg's thing, and then
Oh, yeah.
it was like a photographer. She's
Oh,
like,
you guys were there.
She's like, "Are you Chelsea's boyfriend?" I was like, "Man, who's to say?" Really? She's like, "Oh, you're trying to be." I'm like, it is what it is. And it's just like, I get it, man. Like dating apps are really hard these days. I'm like, yeah, they're pretty tough, man. I just fed into whatever she's saying. I'm like, all right, bro, whatever.
And we went to a red carpet, like a premiere event thing. I was working, like I was doing the paid thing, whatever. And I was doing like the little step and repeat with the photographers, and they were like, okay, get in, whatever. And then Austin wanted a picture, so he got in. And they're like, do you guys want one together? And I was like, no. And we turned around, they were just like laughing so hard because they thought I was like so embarrassed of being with this man.
Right. But you guys had a horrible relationship.
Yeah, they asked 3 different times. Like, you guys don't want one together? And we're like, absolutely not.
We're going to be broken up in like 2 days.
No.
Relax. It's all south right now.
Can't be seen with him.
Okay, so 13 months in hiding. How do you compliment each other?
Oh, right. Sorry. Circle that back to your original.
Nice.
I'm doing that thing.
Smart. I would say I don't know. We think very differently, but we're both open to learning about different perspectives when it comes to like just thinking in general. And I feel like that openness creates some type of bond because we get a taste of what the other person thinks about as well as like reverse. So I guess that would be my answer, is that we're given different perspectives because we don't have like an ego attached to our opinions. And so in a sense, it helps us grow like together, I would say.
I think I have more ego than you do. I think you.
I was about to say, I think that's bullshit.
No, he's much better. He's much better than I am. He doesn't have a lot of ego. And he makes me a little bit better at that. Like, I have to check myself sometimes in that area. But I think that...
Can I just say, it says something that you can even admit that you have an ego. That already means that your ego can't be that
it's true.
big.
They say when you know about your ego, it's awareness. And at that point, it's just
100%.
Yeah.
Okay, well, thanks, guys. But he's better than I am. We kind of talked about this. I'm more of like an overthinker. Like, I kind of am a little bit more anxious. Like, I'm a planner, and he's very like, everything's gonna work itself out. Things are gonna go how they're gonna go. Yeah,
California, baby.
He's very chill, present in the moment, and I'm like, we're not gonna be able to figure this out unless we plan it ahead of time. So I feel like he needs a little bit more of me in that area, where I'm like, we gotta plan some things, or we're not gonna get there. And then I need a little bit more of him, where he's like, all right, chill out.
Oh, I really love
That's
that
good.
one.
Yeah.
I wish you were a little more like that.
You caught us straight over there.
I'm gonna grow a mustache.
No, sometimes it's annoying though, because I'm like, all right, I need to.
Why can you not see the urgency
we
in
gotta
this
do
situation?
this, and he's like, everything will work out, and I'm like, no.
And it literally does. Like,
it does.
every single time.
I think that's actually the best compliment. It's the high strung, low strung kind of compliments. I think are the best.
We're both a little high strung. So I think I'm actually slightly less high strung. It depends what it's about.
I think we pick up the slack when the other one is just more.
It's true. When one of us is more high strung, the other one like loosens their strings.
Yes.
I see myself. When she gets super high strung, I'm like, oh, that's me.
Chill out.
You sound like me. Ugh.
I gotta say, just from observing the two of you together, I have to jump in with another way I think you complement each other, and that is when you touched on earlier how like, Chelsea's known, and people would be like, Chelsea.
Yeah.
I really love how you're totally fine with being her like sidekick or her supporting character.
It's whatever.
Well, because I really, sometimes in a relationship, someone will be a really big personality. And I feel weird saying that about you because you do have a big personality, but I actually don't think you're trying to be the star of a situation the way some people are. So that's not what I mean when I'm making this example. Like, but you know how some people are like, it's always about them, and they really need to be with someone who is totally okay with that, and in fact, like, is like lifting them up. So I actually don't think this applies to you, but I think that it's a really nice dynamic. Like he's so like fine with not being in the photo, taking the photo, and like cheering you on when you have success. It's just so nice.
Well, that's what I meant about the ego.
Yeah, I mean that's how it should be. It's like if you're taking your significant other as like a threat because they're doing well, that's not going to work out. It's the
worst.
Yeah,
I see it as like an inspiration. It's like you're doing these big things, and it causes me to then do bigger things, or she'll push me to do bigger things that I think or like whatever, she'll like push it up to like the next level.
Oh,
I agree
another
with
way
that.
in which you,
You know?
yeah, more complimenting. Look at all this.
Well, it's also like we're on the same team. Like if I'm winning, you're winning.
That's
Literally.
true.
Oh,
That's why I never
love it.
understand couples where like a guy is threatened by
Competing.
or vice versa. It's like
Yeah.
you
Yeah,
should be
buddy.
flattered that the person who's doing so well wants to be with you. You're like a
Right.
complete fuck up. Like it's amazing.
Yeah.
Dragging your dumb ass around all the time.
It's like, why is she with me?
So how is each of you different than what you imagined for yourself in terms of a partner? This is a new question, by the way.
I would say like there's like certain stereotypes with like models and influencers and stuff like that you can only get so deep with them. Like it doesn't go past like small talk. But
Yeah.
with her, it's like you can kind of tell just by the way she talks and holds herself that there's a lot more there to talk about. And that was apparent like right away. So I would say that was mine.
Yeah, I have to admit, with Chelsea, it takes one conversation to have your mind completely changed about you.
Switch. Definitely
Yeah.
a switch.
And actually, Austin with you in a totally different way, too. The two of you, I will say, might get the awards for most unlike what you probably assume them to be.
I totally agree.
Yeah.
Wait, what do I look like? What did you think about me from the balcony?
Yeah, I don't know that either.
I think really tall. First of all, height is a thing.
Height,
It is.
fucks up everything.
Yes, height. It
Yeah.
does. Height is naturally. It's
changes your
inherently
impression.
intimidating. I
Yeah.
don't know how to describe it, but also, and you pair that with like conventional beauty and model. A career as a model, this kind of thing. You can't help but make assumptions. Like you said, we're all judging, assuming in our own little ways, and I love being proven wrong, and you
Yeah.
two are just so good at that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Couldn't agree more. And when someone's really tall, I know this sounds like a joke, but it's not. They're always looking down on you. Like us, not super tall people. So like it's just natural that you feel when you're looked down on, you're like, are you judging me?
Yeah.
But you guys, like, it's so easy to assume you guys are like vapid assholes. No, seriously.
I get that.
And it's so the opposite. It's very refreshing. You're absolutely right. There's some echoing. Sorry.
And for what it's worth, I've known a couple, not a lot, but like a handful of really tall people in my life who have known the power they wield and that level of intimidation. And that can bleed into how they behave. And so I just, it's just nice.
I think I grew up majority of my life like super short. So I didn't know I was gonna be tall. Nobody told me. Yeah, nobody told me I was gonna be tall. Well,
wait a minute.
In my head, okay.
We have questions.
Backtrack. I say for me, like being short, I guess being around like in high school, like 6 to like 6'1" was like short. Relative. So then like
where did you go to high school? This is like the X-Men high school?
I went to the same high school as Klay Thompson.
Oh,
Fun fact.
okay.
Yeah. So there's a lot of like
Super
there's a
short
lot of
high
like
school.
athletes that come out of that school, so they're like naturally like tall and like,
Okay.
athletic and stuff like that. So
you were short, tall.
I was short, tall, and then like from sophomore year to junior year, I grew from 6'1" to 6'5". Knees
Wow.
are shattered, by the way. But yeah,
Wow.
it was like a huge growth spurt. Someone was like, "Bro, you play basketball?" I'm like, "Bro, 3 months ago, there's no shot you're asking me that same question."
Wow.
Wow,
yeah.
that's wild.
Yeah.
Did that hurt? Did it like physically hurt
Oh, my
your body?
knees are. Oh my god. Yeah. So like, it didn't transfer well. Like, so I ran track as I kind of grew, and I've had like 5 surgeries on my legs. Like I tore my Achilles, this meniscus, both my hamstrings. I broke
God
this elbow
damn.
on this right wrist. I broke my upper body because I was so tall, but I maintained the same weight. So I was like 6'5", but like 140, 150. So like the way I broke my this wrist and this elbow, someone's just kind of like pushing me. We're just like playing. Someone like pushes me, and like I just try to catch myself. I'm either
crazy.
cracking my wrist or I'm cracking my elbow.
Oh my God, you were like an
I'm
old man.
160.
I was bad. It was
I'm
bad.
160. He was 20 pounds lighter than me at 6'5".
Oh, it was bad. It was
I'm
so
almost
bad.
140.
Yeah,
That's
It was
crazy.
That is
6, yeah.
nuts.
that was where the bully came in. So I got humbled at a very young age. So that's why I
That's
keep
interesting.
that
Okay.
humbleness, I would say.
You should be thankful for that.
Oh,
You could
very
have just been a
grateful,
dick.
very grateful. Yeah.
A really
Or
athletic
just,
dick.
or just 6'1", I guess.
Or just
Yeah.
6'1", yeah.
Yeah.
So Chelsea, I want to know, how is Austin different than what you imagined for your, not only in
For my,
general, but
like-
for yourself as well?
Like my ideal partner that I was imagining.
Yeah.
And I said this to you recently and on the beach, but I was like, I feel like he checked off almost all the boxes that I had going in. Almost.
Wasn't old enough.
Oh, not old enough.
Yeah, I had told the producers exactly what I wanted. Like I was like, I would love a guy that's taller than me. I was like, if he's taller than me in heels. I literally think I even said 6'5". I specifically said 6'5". I mean, hey, if you're gonna make a wish list, write down what you like. I wrote it down. And well, this is like cute, and I haven't told anyone this. I mean, I told you, but like I made a list of like everything I wanted in my perfect partner.
Oh yeah.
And then when I got back from the beach and we were like FaceTiming like long distance, like I read him the list and he was everything on it.
Wow.
She even grew a mustache within 3 months. It's the craziest shit. I'm like, what did you know?
Got to paint in the bald mustache spots.
No, but what I told the producers I wanted, I was like, I would love someone like in their 30s, like well established, like older than me, because I've actually never dated anyone in their 30s. I just happened to keep finding guys that were younger than me, and then Austin's like the youngest that I've dated, so that was a surprise.
Okay,
but I do think he's more mature and emotionally available than many of the guys I've dated that are older.
Yeah. You don't seem 27, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't seem 27.
I think so this is something people don't know about me. I am obsessed with like how the brain works and how like people work. So like I'm a huge bookworm when it comes to like just neurology. And so I study just how people work and I just kind of bounce off of that. So it's like when she does certain things like non-verbally, even like how we're doing now, it's like subconscious that my brain like picks up.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's nuts.
That's really meta.
Yeah, very perceptive and observant.
Yeah.
He was doing that on the beach. It really,
I was like,
really
look at the
pissed
feet.
me off.
Look at the feet.
Yeah. Anytime I thought about like had a thought, he'd be like, "What's wrong?" I'm like, "How did he know?"
Isn't it nice? Andy does that with me.
It was kind of nice.
Yeah. Well, like on one level, you're like, I hate being so transparent.
Yeah.
But then it also shows that they see you.
Yeah.
It's important.
Without you having to like say.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't hide my expression very well on my face either.
That's true.
You can tell when I'm bothered by something immediately.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So funny. Okay. So moving on, those were the easy questions.
Oh,
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah.
We normally ask
up.
here what an early hurdle was in your relationship. And I want to kind of, I should let you just answer it. You could answer what we saw on TV, you know, you going on a date with Josh. There's like the obvious hurdle we saw on the show, which of course I think played into your arc as a couple on the show.
I agree.
Or you could, you know, talk about the long distance, blah, 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 when you're off in the real world. But I'm wondering if there's anything else that we haven't seen where it's just been like growing pains. It's like, like it just takes a little adjusting.
Yeah, I don't want to talk about distance, but it was so hard to translate text because you can take them like any which way. So
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of something that's like not.
that was an early hurdle though. Like
You can use it if you want.
I've never done. We can say something else too, but like
Yeah.
I've never done like a serious long distance
Like
relationship
very
like that.
serious, Yeah.
And we were still getting to know each other because yes, we thought and felt like we knew each other very well and our emotions were on a high level when we left the beach. But like in reality, it was only 26 days. So we were still getting to know each other, but it was all through text and FaceTime. And then like different tones come across via text. Like we would get into like little arguments over things that we said in a text and like either one of us would actually be upset. And then we'd
Yeah,
be
like,
in an
what are we
argument
talking
and we're like, what's happening here?
Yeah.
No, I'm like, I'm not mad. I'm not mad either.
not
Like, why'd
mad.
you
Like,
say it like
why
that?
we-
I didn't say it like that.
Oh,
Like,
God.
Oh
It's
my
the
God,
worst.
you know what's interesting about that? That really shows what it is to meet on TV without your phones.
Yeah.
Because
it's
normally in
huge.
real
Yeah.
life, your texting would be carrying you on in between dates.
right.
Yeah.
They would be part of learning each
Yeah.
other.
No, we like didn't know how to text each other.
Wow.
That's amazing. Yeah.
That is a
That's
good one.
funny.
I like that
I
one.
remember like text because I like everybody use slang, but like one of my slang is like how you feeling type of thing, or which is more just like hey how you doing type of thing. So when
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
like texting her, I'm like hey how you feeling or whatever. She'd be like she'd go on like this whole like list of like how her day went and stuff like that.
no, I didn't mean
No, I was
that.
just
I
checking. I was
wanna know how you're
like you good?
feeling.
Like
Yeah,
everything's good? Yeah.
No, we figured this out like 6 months in. He uses "How are you feeling?" as like a "Hey,
Like a
what's up?"
greeting.
Well,
Like a
actually, I've been
greeting.
having a lot of anxiety today.
Yeah.
And I was thinking about this
Dead
thing. There was
ass.
this thing I want to buy.
I was
don't
like,
know whether
damn,
you-
hold on, I'm at work.
Yeah.
He would literally be like, "How are you feeling?" I would tell him how I was feeling, and then he'd be like, "I'm at work. I can't answer
Oh
that."
yeah, I can't answer all this.
I was like, "You just
Yeah.
asked me how I was feeling. You didn't want the answer."
I think in my head it was clear if I were to add the G, how you feeling?
You should do multiple choice. You should just be like, how you feeling? A,
A.
good. B, okay. C, somewhat okay.
whatever.
This was like text miscommunication.
Text me.
That's a fun one. I like that
fun,
early.
yeah.
It wasn't that much fun.
No, fun for us.
It's pretty annoying.
Made
But
for a
we
good
eventually
story.
we were like, okay, we need to talk on the phone more because we keep having
She's
weird
like, you just keep
miscommunications.
asking how I'm feeling. I'm telling you, and you just like you don't care.
And
I'm
then
like-
you don't care what I
I'm like,
say.
in my head, I'm just like saying hi.
I was like, yeah, me and my family don't do that. I'm like, we don't say how are you feeling unless we're genuinely asking. So I don't know what you want.
You know what's funny? There's a difference between how are you doing and how are you feeling.
I agree.
If it were how are you doing, you'd be like, oh,
I'm
good.
fine.
Yeah.
It's true. You should probably retire that.
I took the G off. That's the thing. How you feeling?
Oh yeah, that's true. How you feeling is different than how you feel.
See how
I
fast
agree
it
with
changed?
Okay, I didn't read it
Yeah.
like that via text.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
no.
Okay.
Yeah, that's like
text is
sup.
like, no way.
It's like sup. You're not like, oh,
Yeah.
actually, well, I just got a new job, and you're just like, I want to have sex.
The use of the word feeling.
Feeling.
I'm caught up on the. Yeah,
Yes.
but what I'm laughing
But
at
he
is
did
how
say feel in.
self-satisfied you
Feel
were
in.
at
Yeah.
that. You're like, I got over the G. What's the matter?
Yeah. Was,
Well,
was there an apostrophe after the N?
No, it's just text.
Okay, that's
yeah, I'm not
okay.
like.
Another one we had was like love you versus I love you.
Oh yeah, she
Because
said.
I was like, love you is very casual. Like, I don't like that. Like, love you doesn't feel like you really mean it. Like, I need an I.
You know, I actually agree with that. As a matter of fact, I noticed when you passively aggressively say love you,
Love you.
that means you're angry at me.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
It does.
Word.
I admit it. I
The other day,
confess.
I could totally say there was like something. It was I knew a love you was
Yeah.
coming. I was like, here it comes.
Oh,
I
no.
knew it.
Yeah.
I knew it was coming.
It's
Lordy.
punishment.
Well, he was like, it's not any different. Like, I say love you to my mom and blah, blah, blah. And I was like, it's different to me.
Yeah, but
I think that makes. Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say I don't think you really love your mom.
I'm glad,
said that.
glad I let you finish. I was
It's just
gonna-
more casual. Like, I'd say love you to like, you know, well, I'm not a big I love you person anyway. Like, me
Right.
and, I don't say it a lot. Like, me and my family don't say it a lot. Like, I didn't grow up saying it. So, like, he's kind of turned me into like a saying it person.
Yeah, because my
cute.
family,
I
my
think
family was like
it's
that.
important, and I do think there's a love you should not be commercialized. Like it shouldn't become like a salutation. It should
Yeah.
always be like I love you.
I agree.
As opposed to love you.
Yeah, I don't like that. Like, hang up the phone, love you. Oh,
Yeah.
hi, love you. It's just like
Like if it's a friend, if it's like one of my guy friends, like love you.
Love
you know,
you,
I'll
bud.
even say that. That's like kind of more, you know, like
You don't do that with your guy friends.
You could just use love, like love, dog. That's what I know.
Much love, bro.
I
Not
like
even
that,
much,
yeah.
just love.
love.
Just love.
love.
All love.
I'm gonna use
I know
that.
what you mean though. Like sometimes I feel myself doing
it's
it
a big deal.
socially just because it feels like the thing I should say, but afterwards I feel a little dirty.
Yeah.
If they could think about it, if one of my guy friends came over and like when he was leaving, I was like, love you. That'd be totally normal. If I said, I love you, like how weird that would be. You'd be
While
like,
holding that
More
eye contact.
intimate. I think
Yeah.
I love you is
I
like
love you.
for your
Come
partner.
back, come back.
I-
yeah, stop.
You know what's
I love
funny
you.
is if you put a fucking in there, it changes it completely.
Oh yeah,
Fucking
I
totally.
fucking love you. It's
Actually,
suddenly
I
makes it
fucking love you
casual.
means you love less.
It's more casual than I
Yeah.
love you.
yeah.
Oh,
We're
wow.
on the same page here, but you agree now, right?
Yeah, I mean that just goes back. So before this, I've only had like one relationship. That was like 5 months, if you can even call it that. So I was very much like just focused on myself. So like when I did get into like a serious relationship, it's like I was an open book on how I should do things to make you feel right, and that was just one of them. So I was like, okay, that's fine.
Yeah. I mean, that was an easy one. I'm like, just add an eye back in there.
Just throw that in.
Okay, I want to know. Actually, this is Andy's question. Sorry, Andy, you
You
ask.
take it. Oh.
No, it's your question.
Okay, this is my question. I want to know how you guys fight, how you resolve the conflict, and usually who says sorry first.
I
How
normally
we
say-
fight.
I was gonna go backwards.
Oh.
That's okay.
I normally say sorry because
He does.
if I realize my ego is coming up in any way, I'm like, the way to kill it is just to admit you're wrong.
Yeah.
I feel like guys do that anyways. Like it's better just to be wrong and resolve it than just be like
A guy
"No,
who's
I'm
smart.
right."
A guy who's smart
Thank
does
you.
that.
Yeah. So it's like, what's the point of fighting if you my bad, my fault.
I will say
Totally
sorry
agree.
if I feel like I did something wrong, but it takes me longer to get there. Like it will be the next day.
I
and
thought you were about to say I'll say sorry if I did something wrong, but I never do something wrong. I saw that coming.
You never what?
I never do something wrong.
Yeah.
No, it'll usually be like the next day, and I'm like, okay, I'm sorry for how I said that, or I'm sorry I did that, or whatever.
Yeah.
He'll say sorry. Like he'll usually start. What am I trying to say? Dissolving the conflict is like he's the initiator
Yeah.
of that,
Oh, okay.
of the resolution.
You need a cool off period.
Yeah, and also sorry is like a big word to me. Like I want to hear the actual apology. Like I feel like if we just make up and I'm like, well, you didn't even apologize. Like I want an actual.
So you
I'm
want
sorry.
the I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Not
you
even
want the
sorry.
Yeah,
not just sorry.
Full sentences.
Right.
But it's not even just like sorry. It's like I'm sorry that and then
Right.
Give
Yeah,
a
why
quick
were you
monologue.
sorry?
Right.
Yeah.
All right.
Not just what are you sorry about.
Yeah.
What are you
I
sorry
get that.
for?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I have to tell you what I'm sorry for.
How we fight though?
I would say
Like
no, go ahead.
no, go.
I was just gonna say probably just it's more just communication. I feel like the majority of our fights are just like, oh, I meant it this way or I meant it this way. But
Yeah.
it's not like a I don't know. I don't think I've ever gotten mad at like something you done. I don't know. I don't explain it, but
I think they're more frustrated misunderstandings.
yeah.
Like sometimes I feel like we don't understand each other, like what each other's trying to say. It's like it goes back to that, like us thinking very differently. Sometimes it's just like we're not on two separate pages. We're in two different books. Like we just don't understand what each other's trying to get across sometimes, and that's just frustrating. But we're not like yelling fighters. Like we don't scream.
I've never raised my voice.
Oh, wow.
I'm not
Really?
a yeller.
We're not screamers.
Yeah, at all.
Wait,
That
so
does nothing.
so it's just like frustration going back and forth
Yeah.
until
Yeah.
you realize.
And I feel like
Yeah.
that's the majority of any growing pains is just communication, especially off the bat. It's like you got to realize. I try to like translate how I would say it normally. I'm like, how would she think, and how would I say it like her for it to be like, oh.
Yeah, and I'm also like a very direct, like blunt person. So it's really hard for me to. I have to filter things that I want to say through before I get them out.
Yeah.
So it's really, really hard for me because I'm like, I want to just say this, but that's gonna like escalate the situation and it sounds mean. Like I have to in my brain be like, how do I rephrase that so it doesn't sound like mean and cause this to be a bigger fight for no reason?
Right,
So it just
right.
takes me longer to get there, and sometimes I'm just like, I'm just silent because I can't do that right now.
I'm actually impressed too. You're two neurotic people. Let's face it, right? I mean, in a
Both
good
of
way.
us?
I think it's a compliment to say
Is
someone's neurotic.
Austin? Do you think you're neurotic?
I think you are.
You think
Define
he is?
neurotic.
I mean, you think a lot about things. You overthink.
No.
No?
You're a deep thinker.
I'm a deep thinker, but like I feel like thinking too much is you start to create things that aren't there to begin with. So it's easier just to like say how you're feeling and kind of go from there. Like I said, I'm more like present based, and a lot of the times I have thoughts, but that doesn't mean you have to like attach yourself to them type of thing. Like they'll just come and go.
This guy's like the Buddha.
I know.
He's in the book series.
You said
Get
something.
out of my house.
You said something on Chelsea's podcast that really struck me. It was something about how your thoughts don't know the future or something.
Right. So it's like there's a book called As a Man Thinketh by James Allen. It's pretty much saying like you're the sum of your thoughts. The reason you have certain thoughts is because throughout your life you start to think about things and attach emotions to them. And so it's like, how is your body, like your emotions and mind supposed to attach to something in the future when it's never felt it before? And so you get out of your own way, you get out of your mind and emotions way and do the things that scare you or make you anxious, because anxiety and depression and worry, they don't define you. They're just like a current state. And to fix that is you take action type of thing. And that redefines like your brain.
Damn.
Yeah.
I think you may have found a co-host for the podcast.
Put me in there, coach.
He's going to be a
Vaughn
rotating co-host. And I don't have anybody. I'm just a standard overthinker.
Garden variety.
Classic.
Yeah, you could call me neurotic. I think some more, and I overthink. I think myself into like crippling states sometimes, like for no reason.
And then you can't think your way out of them. Yeah.
It's a rabbit hole.
This is a good balance because he respects overthinking, but doesn't necessarily get involved in overthinking.
Totally.
So he
I don't
understands
think
what's
he-
going on with you, but
Oh, no,
he's
she
not
disagrees.
matching you.
Well, sometimes I don't think he respects the overthinking. Like I think he'll be like,
And
just
it depends. I
you're
think it
not your
depends.
thoughts. Like don't. Like we can't control what's going to happen in the future. Like don't think about it, kind of thing.
Right,
It's
right,
like
right.
I can't
Yeah,
turn that
yeah,
off.
I still have
wish
them.
I could.
Yeah.
You know, Sharleen, there are certain adult things that we shouldn't be left to our own devices to do.
Oh, it's so true because often we don't know what's best for us.
Yeah, you never grow up, really. When I
Yeah.
was a kid, I was like, oh, what? When I'm a grown up, I'll figure that out.
Yeah.
And I haven't figured it out.
No.
And one of them is going to the doctor.
Yeah.
Just going to see the doctor becomes a maze of intrigue.
Yeah.
And ZocDoc is there to make it a straight line to success.
Yes, we love ZocDoc here. ZocDoc, which holds your hand in really what is the ultimate in adulting, and that is booking doctors online, booking appointments, knowing when you're due for an appointment, because ZocDoc has this amazing dashboard where they'll be like, hey, nudge, nudge. It's been 14 months since your last physical. You're supposed to have one annually. You want to get on that? You need to start keeping track of this stuff. No one's going to do it for you.
And you know how much of a pain in the ass it is to find out who takes your insurance? All I want to know is, are they close to me? Are they good? And do they take my insurance?
Yes.
And then they just show you a map. And I find the guy with the highest rating.
Yes.
And that's it. I'm done.
These doctors are patient reviewed. So, you know, you look at reviews before you try a new restaurant in town. Why wouldn't you do that with a doctor who you've never been to before? You just can't beat crowdsourcing when it comes to reviews.
I went to a doctor with over 2,000 reviews and a 4.97 rating. How can that possibly be wrong?
And how was it?
It was excellent.
And you can book the appointment right then and there within ZocDoc. And a lot of them are available within 24 to 72 hours.
A one-stop shop for something that can take a whole day.
So ZocDoc is the free app that shows you doctors who are near you, who are patient-reviewed, accept your insurance, and treat almost every condition under the sun. We're talking thousands of doctors, and you can book those appointments online.
Go to ZocDoc.com/Shandy and download the ZocDoc app for free.
Then find and book a top-rated doctor today. That's ZocDoc.com/Shandy, ZocDoc.com/Shandy. Andy, you look like you're headed to school with that brown paper bag of food.
It's funny you say that because this is the same type of thing except for an adult.
It's your lunch in a bag, except it's the ingredients. And it comes along with this handy dandy card from HelloFresh to assemble and create a delicious meal in the comfort of your home with fresh ingredients. It's healthy. It's easy. You don't have to go individually buy all those ingredients. It's honestly a no-brainer.
And here I have the delicious Italian vegetable soup, which has no meat in it. But if you would like meat, you can add it.
I love how they have that option because let me tell you, a lot of these meal delivery kits do not. It's either a meat dish or it isn't. So you can see right here on the menu that there's the meat option in the corner. And I just think that's so brilliant because being non-meat eaters, like we're pescatarian, that actually eliminates a lot of options if you don't have that customization available.
And by the way, there are 40 recipes to choose from.
Yeah. Oh, HelloFresh is the king of options. Let me tell you, you never get bored because sometimes the meal delivery kits, I'm just going to say it's the same meals like every other week. And you're like, I already know what that's going to taste like. Like, I don't want that flavor anymore.
You get used to the taste.
So, okay, in case anyone's been living under a rock, HelloFresh is a meal delivery kit that delivers fresh ingredients to your door. And I've noticed you really volunteer to cook more when there's HelloFresh in the fridge. Seriously, I'm just saying, for any couples out there where maybe one person isn't pulling their weight, HelloFresh changed that in our household. And it's also therapeutic when you have all the ingredients right there and all the instructions right there. You're not needing to use some prior knowledge about cooking to apply to this meal. It's just sort of calming.
And I think chopping vegetables is the best meditation.
Oh, that's nice. So go to HelloFresh.com/50Shandy. That's 50Shandy and use code 50Shandy to get 50% off plus free shipping.
Again, that's HelloFresh.com/50Shandy and use code 50Shandy to get 50% off plus free shipping.
Okay, final question before we get to the game. What beliefs about relationships have changed now that you have this one?
Ooh.
I feel like since I haven't had like a relationship before, I didn't like go in with it with like, because remember how we talk about like expectations, like, oh, I don't have any expectations. I kind of just plug and play where you're like, oh no, I need like this type of thing.
We've had, that was another early hurdle. But we had conversations around expectations. And I was like, I do have expectations of a partner. And he was like, I don't have expectations. And I was like, everyone has expectations. Like, you have to have some. And he kind of felt like he was like trying to measure up to these like expectations that he didn't know what they were. Like, I had these invisible expectations that he was supposed to meet, which was kind of true. But I was like, I don't know how to list them all out for you. Like, as the relationship goes along, I'll tell you if it's meets requirement or if it's not.
Come up to standards. Passes inspection.
When you least expect it.
I think that Austin got me right in time because like I was getting to the point where I didn't believe that like a good guy was out there that I was gonna find. Like, no, that sounds super like that sounds bad, but it was just like I was just dating so many guys that were just like not it, and I was just like, I don't think I have it in me anymore. Like, I'm exhausted. I don't have the energy. I don't care to do this anymore. So the fact that I like believed that I could find a relationship that matched me so well and was like actually like, I don't know, such a good fit for me.
Yeah, that's often when you find it. It's when you give up.
True.
You take the grip off of life. So like,
true.
so like, I'm like the antithesis of that. Like you tried so many things that didn't work. I was just like, when it happens, it'll happen when it happens.
Everything will be fine.
It'll be fine.
It's like I'm 6'7". It'll happen.
I wouldn't say I was in toxic relationships before, but like maybe they weren't the healthiest. And I think like I was definitely part of the problem. Like, I think that when you get with someone and it is really healthy and you weren't in healthy things before, then it kind of like makes you check yourself because you're like, oh shit, like I'm kind of doing some unhealthy behaviors because of what I was used to. So like I'm thinking about a specific time when you were like, hey, like I've noticed that sometimes like if I bring something up or like get upset, then you get upset back at me. And it's like I was doing like this weird like retaliation thing because like that's what I used to do with past partners because like the only way I could get their attention if I like retaliated and like gave them the silent treatment and stuff. And then it's like, why am I doing that to him? Like he's nice to me and like I don't need to do that.
Yeah, it's like habit.
Yeah. So it was like stuff like that that I didn't realize I was even doing where I was like, oh shit, I don't have to do that with him.
Oh,
I like that answer.
Yeah.
I love that answer.
Yeah.
Isn't it amazing how different you can be from one relationship to another?
Yeah. I'd been doing it with like everyone in my past, basically, like the last few, like 3-4 of them. And then when he called it out, I was like, wait, I do that.
Yeah. You wrestle with pigs, you get dirty. Wait, is that the saying?
I don't know.
I don't
Never
know
heard that.
I don't know much sayings, but I don't think that's.
I think that's totally wrong, but you get the point.
It works though.
Yeah, thanks.
But also how great that he could point that out to you and that you could, in that moment, not retaliate and be like, actually, yeah.
Well, you're really good at communicating things like that too, though. He's not like, he doesn't come off like angry or aggressive or defensive or anything like that. It's kind of just like, hey, you're doing this. And I'm like, oh, okay. Like it's just in a nice way presented to me. Yeah.
Yeah, it goes a long way.
Yeah.
All right, it is now time for the Dear Shandy Newlyweds Game. Yay! You guys were interesting filling out your
very
answers.
interesting.
Yeah, it was a little intense. It was both playful, but also like a little trepidatious, we'll say.
Yeah.
It felt like they were afraid of doing things wrong.
Yeah, but I agree. But there was a quiet excitement when I could tell they knew the right answer.
Oh yeah, no, it was. They did not hide. Like if they didn't know it, they were like, "Oh, I don't know, I don't know."
Yeah.
And when they knew it, they were like,
Strange looks.
Yeah, it was like a second grader who like knows he's gonna get the prize. It's like,
Finally knows the answer.
"Yeah." Who should we start with?
let's go with Austin.
Okay, we're gonna start with Austin, which means Chelsea. It is your point to win or lose.
Okay.
So, Austin, question number 1. What is your ice cream flavor of choice?
We're going birthday cake.
Ooh,
That's
Birthday
your
cake.
favorite ice cream?
that's niche.
Birthday cake.
Okay, that is such a cute.
Only because since I moved here, what is that? Exhale. Only because since I moved here, it has since changed because the milk brand, they have a birthday cake flavor.
Oh yeah.
And they give you like a baby pint. I'd eat the whole thing.
Okay, just for kicks, what was your previous favorite ice cream? Because I have
Cookie
a
dough.
feeling that's what Chelsea
It's
guessed.
cookie dough.
Okay. All right. Can we first, though, before we get to Chelsea's answer, have to talk about the penmanship writing birthday cake? Like something about birthday cake and the penmanship combined with birthday cake.
Is it good or bad?
So
that's
cute.
like a
Hold it,
6-year-old.
hold it
Wait,
up. Show it to the
6-year-old gets up on
camera.
his birthday. It's like, this is what I want for my birthday.
Yeah.
Also, I also love how there's a C. Like you were going to write cake on the same line.
Yeah, it went out. I was like, because you're like, I'll make it big. I was like, this isn't big.
Chaotic.
So then I started again.
Yeah.
It's a middle name of birthday. It's a birthday
C
CK.
cake.
Yeah.
The guy that invented cake.
Yeah.
Just fun fact, there's a milk bar very close to us.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We went
Two blocks
once
up.
and it was,
In case you
like those
wanna
little
make
balls.
a little pit
Insane.
stop after this.
Yeah.
100%. Insane.
Chelsea, did you get that?
Oh, no. So I put cookie dough
I
because
knew it.
Austin told me this was his favorite ice cream
Yeah.
flavor. However, since he moved here, this birthday cake is our favorite flavor that we get like from the grocery store.
Okay.
It's like that's our like relationship ice cream flavor.
I
that's
feel like that's
cute.
almost partial credit. Almost.
I'd
Yeah.
give it because I think it's
So
changed.
this is what we're going to do. If it comes down to a tie break.
Or a
this
half
is
point. If
going
there's
in.
a half point to be gotten.
Yeah.
Okay.
You've got a half point in the bank.
In the
It's
bank.
not official, but
Our
it will
hearts-
come into fruition if things get weird.
Our hearts are heavy not giving you a point for that.
Thank you.
Chelsea, what is your ice cream flavor of choice?
Cookies and cream.
Okay.
That's oldie but a goodie. Oh.
cookies and cream, bro.
Austin, let's see. What did you put?
Birthday
Put birthday
cake. You know what I'm saying?
I knew you were gonna put birthday cake.
Wait, what you got? What's the thing in the middle there?
I wrote it too small again. That still should have been a C.
I
good
almost
stuff.
changed it to birthday cake because I was like, he's gonna put that because we eat it together all the time. But my actual
But
favorite
the
flavor.
reason that's why I put birthday
cookies
cake
and
on
cream.
mine because I'm like, you probably know I like birthday cake.
I
but-
knew
'cause
cookie
changed-
dough was your
yeah.
favorite.
Oh, this is a tough
This
one.
was super cute though.
Yeah.
Can we talk about that? Like Austin has totally he's gotten rid of your individual flavors. Now he
Yeah.
assumes both of your favorite flavors,
As
the flavor
one.
you
Oh
share.
my God, it's right. They
Yeah.
have our favorite flavor.
That's our
Yes,
relationship
yeah.
flavor.
Wow.
Selfless.
Wow.
Yeah. It's gone from I to us.
He doesn't even like birthday cake.
I hate it. It's the worst one, but she loves it. No, it's fine.
All right. So we're 0-0,
So fail.
but our hearts are full.
Yeah.
Question number 2. Austin, what is your bucket list travel destination?
Switzerland. Forget this one right here. I wrote
That's
too
a good
small.
one.
Wait, what was it
why
going
do
to
you
be?
keep writing
on the
other
next
stuff?
one?
I almost put a different one, but then I realized it wasn't my actual one because it was tied between two. So
What was the other
the
one?
runner-up was actually Japan.
Tokyo.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
what that's I got it.
Tokyo. Oh no.
Switzerland.
You might have been right on the second one.
Yeah.
Let's see. Chelsea, did you get that?
Switzerland.
Yay!
I was going to write in parentheses Tokyo, second choice.
Yeah.
Oh,
Wow.
cute. Okay, excellent. Chelsea.
Those are both,
big
by the way,
fat
excellent
point.
choices.
Have you been?
I would personally recommend Japan over Switzerland.
Really?
But we were in Switzerland. It was It's more me.
We went to
it was more
Switzerland
me than
last
you,
year.
right? I liked it more than you, Switzerland.
No, it was gorgeous. It was stunning. But I'm like a city girl.
Yeah.
I like cities.
If you like beauty, it's
Yeah.
as
Yeah,
good
it's
as it gets.
spectacular.
That's what I was thinking because it's like night and day. Like one's super fast paced, one's just kind of like
Yeah.
relax, meditate.
You just
type of
chill in the mountains and just hike and,
but
like
I think honestly the best is Kyoto because it kind of marries the two.
You get
the
both.
Really?
city and the nature. Yeah,
I need
Kyoto
to check
was
that.
hands down the
if
hit.
Japan was like a 6-hour flight, we would go there like every weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's those cherry blossoms, man.
You know, I'm gonna say that answer. Switzerland says a lot about you.
It
Does it?
Yeah,
Oh,
I really
Golden
like
Flow?
that answer.
Tell them why you want to go to Switzerland.
Oh, so there's a another thing people don't know about me. I love classical music. And there's a pianist called Ludovico Einaudi, and he's a pianist that tours in Switzerland.
All right. Now this is you just pulled that one out. That's not true.
No, it's
No, it is
probably
true.
been
He
true
told
for
me.
like a while.
That's why I knew.
Even before
You
I met
see
him.
what you have here? Do you see this?
A gym? It's a gym, like GEM, a gym.
Okay, so Chelsea, what is your bucket list travel destination?
Greece.
Ooh,
Another excellent
Greece.
choice.
goodness.
Greece.
Excellent choice.
Austin,
Greece.
did you get
I
that?
put London.
Oh,
Because she said at one point that she wanted to live in London, but I guess that's different than visiting a country.
I've never been to London. I've always wanted to go, and I'm going in September
oh,
for the
nice.
first time. But it's
So you
not
crossed
a
that
bucket
one off.
list.
You crossing that one off.
London was like I'll get there when I get there. I want to go.
Ah, okay.
But Greece is like,
How nice. Okay, good choices. Austin, I'm afraid you're behind.
I'm running behind.
That's
I'm running
okay.
behind.
That's okay. You still
Not
have
looking
time.
good.
Question number 3, Austin. When you were a child, what did you want to be when you grew up?
Rich. And the reason for this is I would always watch MTV Cribs and they'd have like the crazy. There was a PT Cruiser limo sold my whole life. I'm like, if you can have fuck you money like that, where you can just buy ridiculous things like that. I
Like
think it
just
was
limo
it was
a car
Lil
that
Bow
should
Wow.
not be a limo. Yeah, that's rich.
It was stuff like that.
I have a feeling you screwed Chelsea over with
Yeah,
that.
that was she definitely got
How
screwed.
could she
It's pretty
possibly?
vague. It's pretty vague, but I
I
feel
mean,
like
that tracks. Like that's true. That makes sense. However, if you had to pick a profession, what would you have chosen?
I don't know why rapper popped in my head because that's not
Right.
true.
Rich rapper.
He cannot rap, y'all.
I can't rap at all.
Okay.
Wait, hold on. Let me think. Go ahead. It'll pop up to my head.
A track
A track Olympian.
Probably not going to be rich.
Yeah.
He would. Why? Olympians aren't rich.
No,
I mean, they get a quick sponsorship. They got to be really
good.
really good.
Yeah, they
Okay.
actually, yeah, they can't.
Well, Austin ran track all through college. He went to college on scholarship for track.
Okay. I mean, he totally screwed you. There was no way you were
There's
going to
no
get
shot you
that.
getting that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I took a stab in the dark.
Yeah.
I think for me, because I never, as a guy that's not like this is a plan, this is my plan. It's like I think a vague answer for me is more
Okay, but when you were like a kid and
Accurate.
people were like, "What do you want to be when you grow up, Austin?" You were like, "Rich."
rich.
That's
Rich.
it.
How about you, Chelsea? When you were a child, what did you want to be when you grew up?
I wanted to be a model.
Oh, she became what she wanted
Mission
to be.
accomplished.
I said, "Yeah."
Made it
Love
happen.
that. Okay, let's see, Austin.
A model.
Wow, nice.
very
Hey, I like what you
nice.
said. Oh my.
A model.
Very nice. Okay, so now we're back 1-1.
We didn't get
1-1.
0.
With
Very
1.5 in the bank.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's it.
We got some reserves.
Yeah.
Okay, question number 4, Austin. You win the lottery. What is the first thing you go out and you buy?
New York penthouse.
Ooh.
That's a tremendous choice.
There's one on like Billionaires Row. I think it's super new, and I always look. It's like 25 million. It just overlooks Central Park.
See,
It's, like,
that's the right
insane.
answer.
Yeah.
That's the right answer.
Going all
What
out.
other people saying like a
Other
PT
people said
cruiser?
like people said a car or like what have people said like a. So it's just
The best to this day, my favorite was Rachel Lindsay about Brian saying work stuff.
Work stuff is
like
crazy.
staplers.
Yeah.
He's going straight to Staples. Yeah,
Paper.
Chelsea, did you get that?
I did.
I knew it.
A penthouse with floor to ceiling windows.
Wow.
Oh, very,
Very nice.
Yes.
I like the specificity. You had so much confidence. You
Yeah.
just wanted to nail it.
Yeah. Okay, Chelsea, how about you? You win the lottery. What do you go get?
I chose a house on the beach.
Ooh.
Like a nice house.
Oh, like the
Okay,
nicest.
like a ridiculous
Like I just
house.
won $1.3 billion.
Okay, good.
house. On the water.
Got
you
it.
know?
Got it.
I like to be by the water.
It's interesting. Okay, I'm curious. Austin,
got it.
did
He's
you get
got it.
that?
Who's got it? I put 8 G-Wagons. Because I know you said you like convertibles, but you're like,
I just said no cars.
That's why I put 8.
Oh, 8. Okay.
That's at least $1 million.
Okay.
I've literally never once ever talked about a G-Wagon.
Because I was thinking convertibles, right? And you love convertibles. But
Right.
then I'm like, what's the next step of a convertible?
I almost wrote a convertible for me.
Yeah.
Oh, you did?
I almost wrote a convertible.
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
Okay.
But
so-
I was
so-
never going to write a G-Wagon.
Oh, okay.
Do they come in convertibles?
They do.
G-Wagons?
Oh, they come
I
in
find it so
convertibles.
funny. 8 G-Wagons.
8.
Because,
It's like, that's her birthday month.
That is
Wow.
a bold
Wow.
answer.
Yes.
That is
He
very
wasn't
bold.
clearly thinking about me getting these correct when he was writing them.
He was not yet.
What the hell?
Yeah, what if she said I want 6?
Yeah, I'll be
you're
in the
wrong.
ballpark.
Yeah,
That's
you
kind of
screwed
ballpark.
me. No, it's all or nothing with these.
Well,
Okay.
Austin, you have some catching up to do because
Yeah.
we're back to 2-1. Chelsea is pulling
I
ahead
realized I
again.
didn't make a prediction before we did this.
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
I
I
never-
forgot.
I forgot. I've made every Love Fest a prediction.
What?
Was
I
it?
forgot.
He was
Every
having so
single
much
one?
fun.
Yeah.
Do you want to predict now?
Okay, I'm gonna go back in time and
It's only one
what's
left.
the score right now? You know what? I actually forgot what the score is.
Okay.
No
I know
tell.
it's low, but I would have guessed. I would have guessed 3-2 Chelsea.
Okay.
That's respectable.
Okay.
Sorry. Okay, now that we have that
I mean,
done,
it's sort of easy to say that now.
Yeah,
Okay.
cut that back into the beginning.
Okay, question number 5. This is the final question, Austin.
Double
and you
points.
agreed that this would be personality traits. Austin, if you could have Chelsea's blank, what would it be?
Directness.
Ooh, her directness.
Very good.
Yeah,
I
'cause
like
I feel
that.
like
that.
she was talking about it yesterday. Like if something comes back, like if she's ordering like a restaurant and something comes back, she doesn't want to send it back. For me, I'm like, I'm hungry. I'm just gonna eat.
Or so is it because you're
Or-
hungry, you just
or
want to
you're-
eat, or is it because you don't want to be
I'm
difficult?
starving, and I think it's a bit of both. If,
Yeah,
if
yeah.
I'm more hungry, if I'm hungry and I just don't, I avoid conflict a
Yes.
lot of the time.
Right,
Yeah,
right,
so
right,
I
right.
would say like that.
Okay.
Like I want what I want. Type of
that's a
thing.
very good one.
I'm a Chelsea.
I don't avoid conflict, and I definitely don't do it when it comes to food.
Yeah.
Yeah, when you're paying for food,
Yeah.
you just have to be nice about
Yeah,
it.
I'm not an asshole.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just like if it's their fault, I will nicely ask, "Can you please fix it?" If it's my fault, I'll take the L. Like,
Yeah.
I did
Right.
it.
Totally.
Yeah.
Totally agree with
100%.
that.
Yesterday.
And you know, I waited tables for many years in my college days, and it never bothered me when someone did it, as long as they
really?
were nice. So you
Yeah.
can
That's
file
what I
that
said
away.
yesterday because I was like, she didn't. The server didn't make
She
the
didn't
food.
make the
No.
food. Yeah,
She's
she just
got no,
brings
like,
it out.
Yeah, yeah,
It
yeah.
makes
Stake in this
no
game.
difference to her. In
Yeah,
fact,
yeah.
she would rather that you be
Yeah.
happy with it.
Yeah.
That's true.
Especially with the prices now. It's like,
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. Okay. So, Chelsea, did you get that?
No, I put my drive and that I'm always striving for more.
Okay. So general ambition.
You said
I always
you always
strive for the
compliment
best
me
version.
on that.
I agree. But I'm also striving to be the best version of myself.
that's the best. She already got a huge compliment, and she's like, "What about this other thing?"
Yeah, what about- yeah, you
Compliment
missed
me on that
something,
too.
yeah.
Why didn't you put both?
Yeah.
Wait, I don't know what I wrote here. It looks like I wrote hips. My hips. I didn't.
What the hell?
Oh, it's because we were talking
We were
About, like,
doing the-
physical
we
ones.
almost
Body
went
parts.
physical.
Did I just self-consciously write slash my hips? Oh, I was talking about my hips.
Yeah, you wanted your hips.
Wait, what?
No, because
you
we
wanted
were.
his hips. You wanted his hips.
You just wrote
I
it
wanted
because you
his
had thought
abs.
about it?
I was just thinking about the hips.
We
and
were
I just-
So you wrote-
talking.
Yeah.
That is
wrote
so
hips.
funny. When they were still writing their answers, I was
Yeah.
turning the cameras back on, and we were talking about what the physical things would be if you had chosen physical.
I accidentally wrote hips. That's so
Funny.
funny.
Oh,
That's
I
like
have
a
bad hips.
brain.
My brain
thing.
just said, yeah.
Hips.
Isn't it weird when that happens?
I don't even remember
Yeah.
writing that.
Yeah. Like,
Wow.
How much
Okay.
control do we really
Subconscious.
so
have?
funny.
Creepy.
Okay, Chelsea, if you could have Austin's blank, what would it be?
I put his consistency.
Oh, very nice.
Consistent.
Okay.
He's very consistent with his routine.
Okay.
I put
Very
easygoing, go with the flow.
Oh.
Not.
Wait, can I?
Easy
I put
going.
easygoing,
Go with the
flow.
Okay.
That's a the.
It's a lot to
You know what
break
I
down
appreciate about your penmanship is that each one is totally different.
It's not very consistent, you might say.
Yeah, it would be very hard to analyze him. Like, you know, those like handwriting tests
Handwriting
where they find out if you're like
specialists.
a
Yeah, there's no
murderer
way.
or something. You just be like,
Yeah,
what?
fun fact, I don't have a signature. So it's just different every time.
Every time? Oh
Yeah,
my
just
God.
kind of free-handed.
Wow.
Oh, really?
He's just easygoing, goes with the flow.
Yeah.
Whatever comes out, comes out. Man.
Okay, well, unfortunately, we're not going to give you the point on that one.
Yeah, that's fair.
But
Fair.
we do have a clear winner. Chelsea, 2-1. You are the winner of the Dear Shandy
Fair,
Newlyweds
but fair.
Game.
Very nice.
Very
Very
good.
nice.
And I
nice.
deserve that cookie dough. I'm just saying.
Oh, yeah.
Well, you guys, thank you so much for coming over. That was so much fun.
That was fun.
Amazing
And for
time,
sharing
sure.
your relationship with
Thanks
us.
for having
Appreciate
us.
it.
Oh,
Thank
so
you.
nice.
You were, I will say you were both very vulnerable.
Oh,
Thank
100%.
you.
I would agree.
And just getting to know you guys has been a delight. Thanks for coming by.
I
Thanks
appreciate
for
it.
having
Thank you
me.
so much.
So fun.
I love it when podcasts collide.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
All right. Well, Chelsea and Austin have left the building.
Yeah.
They
The
were
building
great.
is less good.
It is.
Yeah.
They
We've
have a-
really felt that was like a very good presence
Yeah.
with them. You feel with a couple that's that good for each other.
Mm-hmm.
It's just, first of all, the love fest is easy.
Totally.
It's easy because there's no tension.
Yes. It's, you know what I like about them is that there really can't be tension because Chelsea is so blunt.
As he said, he
Yes.
wants her directness.
Yes. And so if something stands out to her, she's like, no, I don't think so.
Yeah.
And she'll even show it on her face. I love that about her. And it also, interestingly, you would think that would create more tension, more conflict, but it does just the opposite.
Oh, absolutely. I actually think that the tension in life is always created by people not being direct.
Oh, you're so right. Oh, wow. There's a real life lesson in there.
He is the perfect balance.
Yeah.
This is an example of compliment.
Totally.
Like there are a lot of love fests we've had where they're very similar. There are a lot where they're very different. But
I
as
think
far
we're
as
pretty, I think you and I are pretty similar.
you and I are very similar.
Yeah. I loved how they talked about their hurdle, the texting stuff.
Totally.
That was such a funny hurdle.
They went reverse.
How are you feeling?
Yeah, how are you feeling?
She's like, well.
Not a real question.
Oh, that's great. Or love you. It's like,
Yeah.
no, there's an I there. I love that about her. She says what she wants.
She really
That's
does.
the kind of thing that I would notice and be annoyed by and probably take way too long to verbalize.
She touched on something that's so interesting is that she, from past relationships, has acted in a way that she now realizes
Was wrong.
isn't good
Yeah.
because of what he gives her.
Yes.
And I love the fact that she's aware of that.
Totally.
I mean, it's a good
No,
good couple.
it's a good.
I give it. I'm giving it. Here it comes.
Okay. Oh.
Wait. It's a brand.
All
I'm
right.
branding it.
It's the Shandy seal of approval. All right. I think we can wrap. If you enjoyed what you heard today, you know what we will ask of you, and that is to like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, follow us on Instagram, and
TikTok,
leave us Apple and
Spotify.
podcast ratings and reviews. Tell your friends. Oh, give Vaughnerable a listen.
Yeah,
Chelsea's a great host.
she sure is.
And I'll link below the episode we did with her, which was sort of the most love festy thing we've done, I suppose. There was a lot of relationship
Yeah,
talk.
that was the closest thing to a love fest. I agree.
And generally do all the things you would do to support a podcast you enjoy. Thank you so much for tuning in, and we'll see you next time on Dear Shandy. Bye-bye.